Thanks for joining me on episode 1450 of the Inspired Stewardship Podcast.
Hey, I'm Genesis Amaris Kent. I challenge you to invest in yourself. Yes, yourself. Invest in others. Why? Because when we invest in others, we're able to help them grow and we're able to see the fruits of our labor. Develop your influence. What ways can you be influenced? And impact the world by using your time, your talent, and your treasures to live out your calling. Each one of us was created for a purpose. Having the ability to speak up for yourself is key. And one way to be inspired to do that is to listen to this, the Inspired Stewardship Podcast with my friend, Scott Mater.
Today I'm celebrating the release of my book, The Inspired Living Book by me. The subtitle is Assemble the Puzzle of Your Calling by Mastering Your Time, Your Talent, and Your Treasures. It's officially released today. It's available everywhere great books are sold. Welcome and thank you for joining us on the Inspired Stewardship Podcast. If you truly desire to become the person who God wants you to be, then you must learn to use your time, your talent, and your treasures for your true calling. In the Inspired Stewardship Podcast, you will learn to invest in yourself, invest in others, and develop your influence so that you can impact the world. Today I'm celebrating the release of my book, The Inspired Living Book by me. The subtitle is Assemble the Puzzle of Your Calling by Mastering Your Time, Your Talent, and Your Treasures. It's officially released today. It's available everywhere great books are sold. You can actually go over to inspiredlivingbook.com, and I've got all the information over there of how you can get it. For those of you that have been following me and maybe pre-ordered it as well, I really appreciate that. I wanted to tell you thank you. Thank you so much for following me. Thank you so much for getting a copy of the book. Hopefully you'll get it in your hands soon. It should be on its way or already in your hands by today. This book is something that I jokingly say took 35 years to write. The real truth is it took about 18 months of work to get it out into the world, but it is actually condensing 35 years of knowledge that I've got from being a school teacher, from working in the corporate world, from now being a coach, where I tried to really distill a lot of what I think gets us stuck when we're trying to do what is our passion, what is our purpose, what we've been put on this earth to do, and keeps us from doing that, and how you can actually get unstuck and begin moving forward. Dan Miller, who's a dear friend and a mentor of mine who passed away before this book came to fruition, was kind enough to write the foreword for me. And I wanted to read it for you just a little bit because it's meaningful to me and because I think it captures what I was trying to do in the book in a way that I have a hard time sometimes explaining. So it starts, we live in a world that is constantly moving, filled with an endless stream of responsibilities, expectations, and distractions. Amid the chaos, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters and find ourselves swept away in the currents of everyday life. But what if there was a way to navigate these waters with purpose and intention? What if we could find the key to living a life that is truly inspired? In Inspired Living, Scott Mater invites us on a transformative journey to unlock our full potential and embrace a life of purpose, abundance, and fulfillment. Drawing upon his deep well of wisdom and personal coaching experiences, Scott masterfully guides us through a tapestry of concepts that, when woven together, form the very fabric of a life well lived. At the heart of the book lies the belief that to truly live an inspired life, we must first embark upon the journey of self-discovery. Scott reminds us that of the profound importance of knowing ourselves, the good, the bad, and everything in between. It's in this self-awareness that we begin to uncover our passions, values, and unique strengths. Armed with this knowledge, we can then invest in ourselves nurturing our growth and continually striving to become the best versions of ourselves. But Scott doesn't stop there. He eloquently emphasizes the significance of investing in others, the act of extending a helping hand, offering support, and building meaningful connections. By fostering a mindset of abundance, we open ourselves up to the transformative power of generosity and compassion. Scott reminds us that the true wealth lies not only in material possessions, but also in the richness of our relationships and the impact we make on the lives of others. As we move through the pages of this book, Scott deftly guides us towards developing our influence and cultivating leadership skills. He underscores the notion that leadership is not confined to a title or position, but a way of being, a conscious choice to inspire and empower those around us. Through intentional habits, we learn to shape our days with purpose and discipline, embracing the slow and steady progress that ultimately leads to significant transformation. Scott's insights remind us that true growth lies not in a drastic overnight changes, but in the commitment to getting just 1% better each day. One of the most profound aspects of inspired living is its emphasis on discovering our purpose and calling, the very essence of our existence. Scott reminds us of akigi, the Japanese term for finding one's reason for being. With great care and wisdom, he helps us unravel the intricate layers of our lives, exploring the intersection of passions, mission, vocation, and profession. Through this process, we uncover the deep-rooted fulfillment that comes from aligning our actions with our purpose. Throughout the book, Scott weaves a thread of stewardship, a call to earn, save, and give. He reminds us that life is not a solitary journey, but a shared experience, and it is our responsibility to use our resources wisely, not just for our own benefit, but for the betterment of the world around us. With poignant stories and practical guidance, he inspires us to embrace the interconnectedness of our lives and the profound impact we can make through our choices. Finally, Scott poetically compares life to a puzzle, urging us to construct the edges before filling in the middle. In these words, we find solace and encouragement, knowing that life is a journey of gradual progression and continuous discovery. As we navigate the unknown, piece by piece, we realize that the beauty lies not only in the completed picture, but in the process itself. The moments of growth, the setbacks, and the triumphs that shape us into who we are meant to be. In Inspired Living, Scott Mader has crafted a profound and inspired guidebook for those seeking to live a life of purpose, abundance, and meaning. May we know ourselves, invest in ourselves and others, cultivate an abundance mindset, develop our influence, build intentional habits, and align our actions with our purpose. Through these principles, we discover the true essence of inspired living, a life lived with intention, fulfillment, and unwavering joy. I am confident this book will inspire and empower you to embark on your own journey towards an inspired life. And that was written, again, by my mentor, Dan Miller, the author of 48 Days to the Work You Love, and a dear friend and somebody who I greatly admired all that he did. I really am excited to get this book out into the world and see what people think of it. If you've got a copy after you read it, feel free to drop me a note, send it over to scott@inspiredstewardship.com, and just let me know what you thought about it. I would love to get your insight, your compliments, your insults, whatever it is, whatever you thought of it, good, bad, or indifferent. I would welcome that over at scott@inspiredstewardship.com. Thanks for listening.
1, 3.
Thanks so much for listening to the Inspired Stewardship podcast. As a subscriber and listener, we challenge you to not just sit back and passively listen, but act on what you've heard and find a way to live your calling. If you enjoyed this episode, do me a favor. Go over to facebook.com/inspiredstewardship and like our Facebook page and mark it that you'd like to get notifications from us so that we can connect with you on Facebook and make sure that we're serving you to the best of our abilities with time and tips there. Until next time, invest your time, your talent, and your treasures. Develop your influence and impact the world.